Hello, once again, fellow YouTubers. I know I don't have an endless supply of travel stories to talk about or knowledge that I discovered, but so I'm gonna kind of pace myself with posting YouTube videos. I'll post about one solid video a day. You know what I'm saying? And I got some good news with my legal situation. When all these stalkers wanted to get a reaction out of me to where I would have to get locked up, I know from my own experience and by talking to others when I was locked up that if the authorities are going to catch you on something, they're usually going to catch you on something big. So I threw some stones at vehicles in broad daylight. I'm talking like some big ass stones. And so they succeeded, but I am smarter than them. They did catch me on something, but they didn't catch me on nothing big. And one of the last times I went to court, they were talking about giving me court supervised probation, which is not supervised at all. And so I could leave the state, go to a different state, and as long as I paid my roughly $8,000 of restitution and didn't get in trouble for the amount of time I was on probation, I would be living happily ever after. And so come payday on the 3rd, I'm going to be buying about 23 and a half acres of unrestricted land in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is 1 out of 5 U.S. states where there is no minimum age limit for marriage. So when I marry a child, it could be from the day she's born. You know what I'm saying? Unless there's a slightly older girl that's still well below 18 that thinks she has the powers to seduce me. You know, we kind of keep an open mind, you know what I'm saying? But, in this unrestricted land, otherwise known as land in an unrestricted building zone, you don't have to spend money on anything. You don't have to spend money on a building to live in. You don't have to spend money on a septic system or an outhouse to go to the bathroom in. You could just pitch a tent that you got from Walmart that costs like $30. And that's what I'm going to do. And so it costs between $500 to $700 down for this land and about $500 a month. Now, I will kind of reveal part of my hand to all y'all watching. That Christian show called the 700 Club. I was watching that when I was in jail, and one time people gave these testimonies on how they've given money to that charity, and then God told them they would be blessed substantially financially later, and then it came to pass. When for all you people that's been following along with my videos, I have dropped in about 10 grand, maybe a tad bit more, to churches, charities, and poor people on GoFundMe.com, to people on GoFundMe.com, and I have donated most of my money. Most of that money I donated actually to the 700 Club. And when God was playing the Ouija board with me, for y'all following along, one of the words he showed me was the word called tycoon, which means rich business person. So, and God shows me signs from above all the time that he's watching over me and that he's got my back. And, you know what I'm saying? So, I just have to keep on trialing and erroring this thing out until I figure out what routes God's gonna take me down to get to that end goal of becoming a tycoon. Now I know that you can have like around 10 campers per acre of land if you get a camping permit. But with my land, I don't think you even need a camping permit. So we could cram in probably a little bit more than 10 people per acre. If you have 23 acres and you occupy 10 of those acres with conservative estimate with 10 campers per acre, if I charge them $100 times 10 for 10 campers for 1 acre, and times 10 acres, that's $10,000 per month. I could then take that land, or then I could take that money, start buying up all these other kind of cheap properties, and it's only a matter of time before that's going to be all she wrote. At that point, it'll be who they want, flip, game over. Not game over because we lost the game, but game over because we graduated the game. We finished it. We successfully finished the game. And I'm gonna do my 40-day water fast out there, and I'm gonna put all my talents that I know into making my own. Cause God showed me the words as I reveal more and more my hand to all y'all watching, my audience. Some of the words he showed me was masterpiece, which I know he wants me to make a masterpiece garden. And he showed me the word called hero. And I'm a blood type O. And blood type O's, from what I understand, are the universal blood donor. They can give blood to everyone. And I've heard that those comic book superheroes that have that O at the end of the words hero, that is there because superheroes can give blood to everybody because they're a blood type O, and so they can save everybody. And so God showed me the word called hero, and I am going to eliminate homelessness and hunger around the entire world. And I'll even try to invite people that have been in institutions. I'm gonna write letters and contact all these jails, prisons, state hospitals, and whatnot, and tell them, listen, man, I don't care what crime that they committed. If they can still exist in a prison, they can still exist on my property. And one of the books that I did discover is a book called Bhagavad Gita, which talks about this person named Gandhi, who will tell you selfishness causes violence in institutions. And I am going to be, what is that word? Quintonic or quintoxic, as is quoted in that book called The European Dream, which means overly generous. So, for instance, as I try to articulate this, if there should be any issue with anyone, I will put them in timeout, but I won't put them in the hole like how they do in prison, or I won't put them in a seclusion like with a state hospital or a psych ward or a state asylum. I will put them in timeout, but it'll still be a nice environment either way. I'll just give them time to cool off, and then I'll be like, okay, listen, man, if you should ever have any problems with anybody again, because I'll give everybody their own space. Okay, 1 acre is like what is it? About 108 feet, roughly, give or take, squared. Okay. I'm going to give everybody their own space. And I heard that there's about 5 different strains of bamboo. I'm going to give them their own privacy screen and their own space. And they can either hang out there. If they're having any problems with anybody, if they're an introvert, they can hang out there, or they can hang out in the communal area. I'm going to have those. Now, I am also going to eliminate all psych wards and state hospitals for mental health patients. And instead of shooting them up with court-ordered medication like Haldol, which in the mental health field's terms calms and relaxes you, I studied this on my own through the internet. Haldol is a highly effective tranquilizer and dopamine antagonist, which I'm pretty sure means to block dopamine, which nobody has no right to do that, if you ask me. Anybody else that has common sense will tell you the same thing. And so instead of doing that, I'm going to put them in an environment with the most elaborate, tranquil, visual scenery you could possibly imagine. I am going to make it my life mission to make my gardens the absolute lush and luxurious gardens on the face of this planet that would even put to shame the gardens in Europe. If that royal family has master gardens, I'm going to outdo them too, in Jesus' name. And I'm going to play positive music, positive images, and positive music will be a natural calming, relaxing, tranquilizing effect. Okay, so as the book called Energy Secrets talks about, okay, so we still got more content coming your way. I'll be taking a plane from Salt Lake City to Oklahoma shortly from now, if everything should go as planned, which it should, in Jesus' name. Okay, so shit's about to start going down, as that one song goes. Meet me in the club. It's going down everywhere you meet me. Guaranteed, it's going down. And this YouTube video called 5 signs of a high, 5 signs that you're on the right path. The YouTube channel is called Victor something. So you know you're at the right video when you see the cover art of a male, and when you play the video, the first thing that he says, the first thing that comes out of his mouth is "Namaste, my friends." And so he will say at one point, it seems like you're about to get somewhere with achieving the calling God called you to do, and then it just goes away. But when the real big shit starts going down, you have the confirmation that God has your back. He says in so many words. So stay tuned. We still got all kinds of more great content coming your way, and shit's about to start going down. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to miss out. Till next time, bye for now.